I'm the problem. It's me. So I did not protect my relationship late last week like I should have. And it ended up in a lot of stress that could have been avoided. This might take a second.
The drama came from inside the house.
Right here. I should have seen this coming and I didn't. So let me preface this by saying this, that I would say, first of all, I've been in a relationship with Amanda now for 10 months. We haven't had a disagreement. None. 10 months. I got to be honest with you. I have never been in a relationship before where I've gone on a streak for 10 months and not had even the tiniest of arguments. So I guess I would come out of it in a big way.
You're like, let me sabotage this real quick.
This is way too easy, right? So the least attractive thing about me, probably to Amanda, is this.
The show
is not the content of the show, but what comes with it. The local celebrity part of the whole thing, the notoriety that comes with it, is the thing that she's least attracted to. She wants nothing to do with it.
The commentary,
just nothing. She doesn't want to be like a social media couple, and either do I. It just feels phony to us. She doesn't want to do, she just doesn't need it, doesn't want it. And she's really great about avoiding drama and doing what I said that I've always wanted to do, is you got to build up sort of this tower around you to make sure that you're keeping dysfunction out of not only yourself, but out of your relationship. So early on when we started dating, we made the agreement that we're going to stay off of social media together. And then I even mentioned that on social media. Hey, just want to let you guys know, because a bunch of you guys are hitting me up in DM saying, we want to see more of you and Amanda. And I even posted saying, not going to happen. This is going to be very different than past relationships I have. Not important to us.
Did you just completely forget you posted that?
No, neither one of us did. Both of us did. So we made that agreement. And for whatever reason, here's where the details kind of get a little sketch, and it might take me a couple of seconds to roll them out for you. I don't know why we both forgot that we made this rule and how important it was to us. But last week, there was a event that happened in our relationship that normally would be really good content for the show.
It was a perfect couples court.
It really was.
It was a perfect couples court. She did something, you disagreed with it. You're like, let's take it to the people and let them decide.
Which we decided we were never going to do. 10 months ago, we said we never were going to do it. But I think that she felt that she was so right, and I felt like I was so right, that we were going to bring this to social in a playful way that wasn't bothering us at all, right? So what happened was, and some of this I didn't get to write in the overall bit, which I'll explain later. So Amanda likes to celebrate everything, right? She likes to decorate. She likes to have house parties. I don't like to do those things. So she was asking like, hey, so what are you and the kids doing for Halloween with the house? Are you going to decorate? I'm like, no, it's not really important to us. So she really loves decorating, and she thought it would be special for us not having that experience since I got divorced. She thought that she'd get proactive and go, you know what? Let's do it differently this year. So can I decorate for Halloween? And I'm like, sure, let's give this celebration thing a try. So she knows that I did have Halloween decorations in my basement from the past. So she asked if she could go through that and post the ones that seemingly worked well in my new house, and she would throw away the ones that didn't. And I gave her the green light. You know what? Never going to see these anyway. Do whatever you want with it. So she goes into this decorations box and she's making the decisions on which ones are staying, because I gave her the green light to do it. And there were pictures of me and an ex on like really cheap computer paper that were taped together for, at the time, were part of the decorations of the house. She saw them, she threw away the decorations, and she also threw away those third-rate pictures of me and my ex, right? She came to me later and she told me that she threw them out. And I said to her, those really weren't for you to throw out. Like, I don't really care about them. I'm not going to see them. I wouldn't have even known had she thrown them out. I'm not posting them. Quite frankly, not really down with them even being in the house anymore. So that wasn't the point of it. The point of it to me was like, those were my pictures and they weren't decorations. So I feel like you should have at least gave me a heads up, like, hey, is it okay if I throw these out? She disagreed because I told her she could go through the boxes and take out whatever she wanted. And she felt, even though there were other, by the way, and this is stuff I couldn't write, there were other things, other pictures in there she did not throw away in frames. These were just like random, I don't know.
Just print it out on computer paper for whatever reason.
There was nothing formal about it at all, so she thought it would be fine, right? So I thought it would be a good idea for us to do a playful video about it and state my case. She would state her case. And then we would put it into ChatGPT and let ChatGPT make the decision on who was right, who was wrong. But before that, I said to her, I'm going to post this video. I didn't tell her it was going to be on Facebook, so she didn't know if this was just online or what have you. Okay? So I post the video.
I'm like, you need to get a cabinet of people that you need to talk to before you do stuff like this.
1,000%.
Right. And while I knew that there would be playful crap and people taking sides on both sides, Bert, you're being crazy. Amanda, you're being controlling or whatever. I knew that there would be some comments. I did not foresee the vitriolic judging of my girlfriend the way that I saw in the only 45 minutes that it was posted.
How many comments were amassed in that short period of time?
Cass?
Over 400.
Yeah.
In 45 minutes?
Yeah.
That's insane.
So normally that's a good thing. Okay, we're getting engagement.
Yeah.
So, all right.
I even texted you. I was like, oh, damn, look how many comments there are.
So I didn't even think about it at the time. I'm just like, oh, great, we're getting some engagement. I didn't even check the post at that point.
I didn't even check the comments either. I just saw that we had that many, and I was like, guess what? Home run.
So neither one of us even are checking the comments right on it. So Amanda comes into the house. She's crying. And then she had I think she had to go pick up her son. So she comes into the house and I'm working. And as she leaves the house, she says, I'll see you tonight, which is very weird for us because she would normally come in, give me a kiss, ask me how the day is going, even if she didn't have a lot of time. But I run out to the car to go, what's going on? Like, what's the rush here? And she is streaming tears, so hurt. This is the first time that she's ever had to go through anything like this before. And the comments were just so judgmental and so mean. And for whatever reason, I just thought it would be, I thought the comments would be as playful as she and I were in the video. And they weren't. They were really, really freaking mean. Like, she's a narcissist. She's controlling. She's this. She's that. Run for your life. Red flag, red flag, red flag. On one story. This is all anybody knows about her. This is the one story. And you guys some of you guys created this character out of a person that has made me feel as safe and is as loving and down to earth as anybody I have ever met before. The narrative that was starting to be created that is so completely not her really hurt her feelings and really hurt my feelings on a whole bunch of different levels that I should have seen this coming, I guess. And I could have protected our relationship in a way that we both agreed that we would, but for whatever reason, we let that go.
Well, you have to remember when you post something like that, people are only going to go by what they see, and that is it. And half the time, they're not even really paying attention to what they see. It's what they want to see. And then it's layered and it's nuanced, but this is often what happens to a woman on Facebook. We are very, very harshly judged. And it's the Bert Show Facebook page, so people are automatically, you have the upper hand because you have 20 plus years with these people, and this is somebody new coming in. So they're going to think they're doing you a solid by having your back, not realizing that by being so nasty. It's one thing to share your opinion. It's another thing to be nasty about it.
Yeah, that's not my definition of having my back.
Yes.
Is ripping, to shreds, limb by limb. Somebody you don't even know.
But they thought I guarantee you some people did by trying to warn you about this person when they literally got just a mere flash of a glimpse. And just, it is I think a powerful example of how we rush to judgment on something with literally having the most minuscule amount of information.
Yeah, and I'm a big old fan of the old cliche that take a look at a person by the people that they hang out with. And you could tell a lot by that person. Her best friends are Kristen and Cassie and the woman that runs Bert's Big Adventure, Molly, who I hold to the highest standard values. I mean, you guys are all the same. Fun, can be trusted, really solid people. And what was created online by those of you that have no idea who she was, it was, I don't even know the word to look for. Just really, really hurtful on a bunch of levels.
I think the other thing is, just to go on off Kristen's comment, we've been friends with Amanda for over a decade. Like, I've known her over 10 years and I've worked with her closely on Bert's Big Adventure trips and all of that. And I'm a friend of hers as well, as we all are. So we know who she is. So when this situation comes up, like internally, I'm like, that's really funny between her and Bert, lols. But nobody else knows her. And she wasn't, I would say, as public facing as some other show members and stuff like that. So it's a brand new person. Does it excuse what they did? Hell no. I mean, when I talked to you about it and I went to go look at the comments, I was getting pissed off. And I'm not going to say anything else, but I was getting really upset because here I am looking at people talking about my friend like this, who is one of the kindest, most sweetest, funniest people that I know. And like Kristen said, we rush to judgment so quickly, but I see it over and over again. People will hear 60 seconds of a story. They won't even listen to what you say, and they've already formed an opinion, and that's it for the rest of your life. And the problem is social media has made it where it's somehow acceptable to say it. Like, would you ever say that to Amanda's face? What some of you wrote? Hell no. No way would you. And some people even hide behind fake avatars because they don't want it associated with their real name.
Right.
And I think that's what grosses me up the most is if you wouldn't say it to the person's face the way you're saying it on Facebook or online, then it should not be said.
But these people are going to take the stance that, hey, you posted it. It's free game.
Yeah, I guess so.
But you can comment without being nasty.
Right.
I agree. But what's nasty to us, they are going to be like, it's just my opinion.
Right. Right.
It's one of those. So now
That's a coward's way of saying I'm being a B or I'm being a T. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, so like this is a perfect example of, I get more DMs probably daily about why I don't post my girlfriend than anything else. And this is the perfect example of why. This is exactly it. I've learned over the years that absolutely anything that you put online or on social media, you have to be fully prepared for people to offer their opinions. And their opinions are not always going to be things that you find helpful or beneficial to your life or your relationship. So I just don't do it.
Yeah. I think part of the frustration for her and I also is we know that, right? And that's why we made the agreement that we weren't going to do something like that we both just signed off on. The good news is you don't know how you're going to handle conflict resolution with somebody until you have it. This was a nice run of not having to deal with it at all. We handled it so well, and I am so proud of the way that we handled it in past relationships, not my last one, but in past relationships. I would hold on to that. Even when there was reconciliation, I still felt hurt, like for days. Like I couldn't, and that's mine. You know, that's my dysfunction. That's my unhealthy attitude. And she's a very competitive person also. But we handled it. I'm so proud of the way we handled it. It was over within 24 hours. I learned so many lessons from my past relationships. She was saying things when she was hurt that I knew she wouldn't mean, and I didn't try to defend myself. I listened and took the punches and said, you know what? I'll be able to roll back to this in 24 hours when we're both calm and we'll have a conversation about it, which I wasn't capable of doing just a couple of years ago. And we handled it in a way that was so healthy, and I'm so proud moving forward. I hate that it happened, but I'm glad it was so explosive the first time that I know that in the future, we're going to be fine.
Good.
We're going to be just fine.
And we're not going to post anything else on Facebook.
Nope. That's the last time this is going to happen.
It was really good for our algorithm, though. Are you sure?
Oh, I'm positive.
The Bert Show.